Okay guys, this is for the next part now. So put your cake and your cake spinner away. You're then going to need your rolling pin and your fondant icing. Now I'm probably going to use all of this time, maybe not. I don't really know, I'll have to see and find out. Let's use half for now. Now I'm going to need to use it all because I just looked at it. So, you do as I said in the previous video. So you make sure all this is nice and soft. Okay, pump it all up like so till you're happy, like that. It's nice, soft and really flexible and doughy like that. Once you've done all that, you then put the bits together and you roll it out. So I'll see you on the next part as I'm rolling it out. Right, so that's all the parts done, all melded together. So now just flatten it down just slightly with your palm. Like so. Grab your rolling pin and start rolling it out. Now, it might be best to start off with it fairly round like I've done. Not fully round, but fairly round. So in that way it'll look better when you put it on the cake. So try to remember that as you're doing it. So this all it is just rolling it one way, rolling it the other, until you get down to a nice thin thickness. Once you've got down to a nice thin thickness, you're then ready to go. So keep rolling it out as I said. And then that's all you do. Once you're happy with the thickness of your fondant, like so, you can then measure it onto the cake. Now I know this is big enough because I don't need to measure it, I can do it with my own eyes. And why I say that is because it's much bigger than the actual round bit of this. So that's how I know. So next up you're going to need a paintbrush and some... Right, once you... I use a fairly thick brush for this. You don't have to, you can use any brush you want to. So just literally just pour the water straight onto the top. And what this will do is this will help the icing stick to the marzipan. You could put more jam on it if you wanted to. To help, because like what you normally do on a sponge cake would you directly use straight onto jam or whatever you were going to use it for, and then you'd do it from there. So try and make sure that all of it's done. Try not to get too much on the outside this time though, because if you get any on the outside, the fondant will stick to it. And don't worry about if that watercolour changes colour, because that's all in the part of doing it. Now if you get any dry spots, just go back over it with water. And just to make sure. And there we go, that's all done. So watering that aside. Grab your fondant. Now I tend to put my hand in roughly into the centre. And voila, there we go. That's on there now. So I didn't quite, I didn't think I had it quite to the centre. But I'm okay, I did, so I'm all good. So now all you do is just do what I've just done with the flatten it to the best you can to the outside. Try to get rid of all the creases and wrinkles and everything else like that. Just keep on moving it around. Right, there we go. That's the cake done. So now if you've noticed, I have a mark there. Right, don't worry too much about that mark, right? Because what you're going to do is you're going to just pinch, slight tad off, and then slice it there. And then what you'll do is you'll either cover it up, or you can pinch it together, like so, and then rub it over. So then you're going to need a sharp knife. Once you have your sharp knife, again, go right in close this time, but not too close. Give yourself a little bit of space to move around, to be able to push the fondant into the cake. Remove all the excess. Like so. Then you're going to need to go back to this little thing, and just push out all the wrinkles and everything else out like so. Now if you get a big lump like that, don't worry about it, just push it out. The wrinkles will gradually ease their way out if you keep on pressing it in. Now with that knot, with that hole, as I just said, where is it? And that's the hole there now. It's not flush, but it's probably about the best that I will get that. So now just literally just ironing out all the wrinkles. Now you can do this obviously with a knife, again as I said, but these are rather reasonably cheap anyway regardless, so I tend to use one of these. Now if you're still unsure or you're still not happy with the way that looks, you can always try push it down from the top or from the bottom, like so. And that's the hole gone. And that's pretty much done now. So there you go, Christmas cake 101. Right, that's your Christmas cake done. The next bit is for you to, that's it from start to finish, except now you just want to pattern it off. Now patterning it is very, very simple. You just get your odd bit of fondant, like so, and then colour it and do what you need to do from there.